Hi friends, this is Deep Basu and welcome to my channel Think Deep. I'm back after a long time. How are you guys? I know it's been long. Actually, currently I'm in Kolkata. I'm home quarantined for 2 weeks. I've come here for a small family emergency and I'll be here for quite some time once the work is done. So I was not expecting to upload a review because I'm a little tied up. But yesterday, late night, I managed to watch a film called Khaali Peeli. I'm sure most of you have heard about it, and this trailer had been launched, I think, 2 weeks ago. This movie stars the very talented Ishaan Khattar and the very popular Ananya Pandey, and this is definitely one of the most anticipated films of this year because I think Ananya Pandey's last Pati Patni Aur Wo did pretty well. She has a lot of potential, and Ishaan Khattar is also doing pretty well. His Dharak did well. Next, you will get to see him in The Suitable Boy, A Suitable Boy. So this movie was highly anticipated and people were expecting it. And frankly speaking, when I watched the trailer of the film, I was not very impressed because somewhat I didn't see any freshness. I didn't see anything new, and I was not very impressed by seeing the trailer. This movie has been directed by a new director, Mr. Maqbool Khan, and this movie has been produced by Ali Abbas Zafar. He's a director of Sultan. So coming back to the trailer, when it was launched 2 weeks ago, I didn't like it so much, though I liked a few songs in the film, composed by Vishal and Shekhar. So I was in two minds before watching the film because this movie has premiered on ZeeCinePlex, where for a change you have to pay money to watch it. This movie, I think if you want to watch it, it's on Z5. If you log on to Z5 and if you click on a banner of Khaali Peeli, you have to rent it for 295. So I was in two minds whether I should watch it or not. But as I always tell you, I'm a film buff and I need to watch. When I hear about a film, when I read a lot about a film, I can't stop myself but watch it. So I couldn't stop myself. I watched Khaali Peeli yesterday. So I'm going to review the film. So Khaali Peeli, the story, if I have to talk about the story, where do I begin? The structure, the narration of Khaali Peeli is very non-linear. Sometimes you might get a little confused. So the movie begins introducing us to the 10-year-old Blackie, which is the young Ishaan Khattar. He's robbing a jewelry shop. Imagine this 10-year-old lad who is fearless, nonchalant, brave. So the movie opens introducing us to a 10-year-old Ishaan Khattar and his father, played by Anup Soni. They are robbing a jewelry shop. And the next scene we see him getting caught by the police and how he terrorizes the police. He takes the gun of a police and he terrorizes the police inspector. So entire police force is scared of this 10-year-old kid and how he escapes. Police are following him, and imagine a 10-year-old guy. He's so brave that he takes out a gun from police's gun holder. He points the gun at the police. He threatens the police. He is so brave to rob a jewelry shop, and on the other hand, his father, played by Anup Soni, he's a total phattu. He's a coward. So he's completely opposite his father. So that's how the movie begins, showing us the young Ishaan Khattar. Then as how Hindi films are, then this movie now shifts to 10 years later, where Blackie, Ishaan Khattar, we introduced to the 20-year-old Ishaan Khattar. He is a taxi driver. Mumbai taxis are called Khaali Peeli. So he drives a taxi and he's a very corrupted taxi driver. It's a strike. It's a Mumbai taxi driver strike. In spite of that, he's driving his taxi and he's fleecing customers by taking 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. So he's a corrupted taxi driver who doesn't follow the norms. He loves money. He can do anything for money. That's the character of Blackie. And he's brave. He's fearless. He loves he feels pride that he's a Mumbai taxiwala, and he loves his cab. So now one fine day, Ishaan Khattar, Blackie, comes across this girl called Pooja, who claims to be running away from a group of goons, and she bribes him around 20,000 rupees to take her away from Mumbai. So now the movie takes a very different turn. Now Blackie and Pooja are on the run. Blackie is a taxi driver and Pooja is a mysterious woman who claims to be followed by goons, who claims to be chased by goons due to reasons best known to her, and she's ready to give any amount to Blackie so that he can take her out of Mumbai. So now this movie takes a different turn. Blackie and Pooja are on the run. The goons are after them. They're chasing them. So there are a lot of cat and mouse chase. Now we cut to showing one of the main villains of the movie, played by Mohit Alawat. Now Mohit Alawat is after Pooja, because Pooja now happens to be a prostitute who was getting married to Mohit Alawat's boss, played by Sonam Kirkire. And on the day of the wedding, she escapes with a bag of jewelry. And now Mohit Alawat, along with his goon, he doesn't want to disappoint his boss. He wants to get hold of and get Pooja back, so that his boss, played by Sonam Kirkire, gets married to Pooja very happily. So this is Pooja's story, and Ishaan and Pooja have a past. Not only Blackie and Pooja, Blackie, Pooja and Mohit Alawat, they have a past. These three have a past, which I'll not give away. You need to watch it to find out. I won't give away any spoilers. So Blackie, Pooja have a past. Blackie, Pooja and Mohit Alawat have a past. These three are linked somehow. So definitely the movie shifts back and forth. I had a problem with the narrative. Every now and then we get to see 10 years later, we get to see 45 minutes earlier, we get to see 10 years earlier. Every narrative we go back and forth. So somewhat I found that very confusing. As a viewer, I was a little confused, I was a little impatient. Again you're taking me 45 minutes earlier, again you're taking me 10 minutes earlier, again you're taking me 10 years early. So that, I think that got very repetitive for me, because this narration is non-linear. So this is the story of Khaali Peeli. So what really happens? Does Mohit Alawat get hold of Pooja and Blackie? And how Blackie and Pooja are connected, you need to find out. So this is the story of Khaali Peeli. And frankly speaking, if you have to see the one-liner of the film, it's interesting. It's an interesting plot. But somewhat I felt the script could have been stronger. The script is mindless, because you see a 10-year-old boy beating a gang of police is unbelievable. I couldn't relate to it. You see a Ishaan Khattar beating up 10 people at one go was not believable for me. And Ishaan Khattar is a great actor. By the way, we have to get into performances. Ishaan Khattar is a great actor, but somewhat I felt that Varun Dhawan could have done a better job. Somewhat he didn't quite suit this character of Blackie, Ishaan Khattar. He has a good presence, but somewhat I felt Varun Dhawan could have done a better justice to this character Blackie. Though Ishaan has done a great job, he has worked very hard on his accent, his dialect, his physique. So hats off to Ishaan. I'm looking forward to watch A Suitable Boy. Ishaan Khattar, I believe, has done a good job. I also had watched his first debut film, not Dharak. His debut film was that Majid's debut film. I'm forgetting the name. He's a good actor and he has worked very hard. But somewhat I felt an actor like Varun Dhawan could have done a better justice. Coming back to Ananya Pandey was okay, because I didn't have much expectations from Ananya. So she was okay. She justified the character, Pooja. The best performance were done by one and only Mohit Alawat. There's a guest appearance of Mr. Satish Kaushik. He has nailed it. Anup Soni is good in the film. I really liked his performance. So Mohit Alawat is someone you need to watch. I think the last I watched him when I was watching Patal Lok. He's a great actor, and definitely his scenes are much better. He's towering over these newcomers. So overall, Khaali Peeli is a mindless entertainer. Totally mindless. It'll remind you of the 90s feel. So it'll give you a 90s feel. The color tone and everything, the dialogue delivery, the chase will give you, if you watch Diwar, it'll give you that Diwar feel. And this entire story has inspiration from various movies like Sadak, Taxi Driver, and various other films. Like, it's nothing new. The plot, the concept is nothing fresh. There's nothing fresh about the concept or a plot. Though overall it's an entertaining film, a one-time watch, is very mindless. The songs, I think barring 1-2 songs, the music is okay. I was expecting a lot from Vishal and Shekhar. Performances, as I told you, Mohit Alawat stands out. So overall, Khaali Peeli for me is a one-time watch. You have to pay $295 to watch it. So please watch it at your own risk. If you don't watch it also, it's okay. I watched it. it was okay for me. And frankly speaking, I was not expecting much from this film. Why was this movie even made? I don't know. But anyway, I wish all the best to Mr. Maqbool Khan. This is his debut film, and to the team of Khaali Peeli. So Khaali Peeli nahi mat dekho. Think about it, because and take your own decision and watch it at your own risk. So guys, I sign off. I'll be back very soon, and if I have the time, I'll review other films. I might review the series Men once I watch it, once I get the time to watch it. So I sign off. Please subscribe to my channel. Think Deep Basu. I'll be back again. Goodbye.